Hi, everyone, and welcome back to I Live for This review. This is UK Season 6, and I'm your host, Trinity the Tuck, with my co host,
Chantel Sparkles.
and I'm so excited about this one. All the looks and the drama. This is a good season.
I
So
know. I
I'm
was just telling that Ethan that I was like, I love Drag Race UK. And this is my first time really watching a whole season like this on UK.
yeah.
And I think it's just as good as the States.
Oh, absolutely. And they have more humor, and there's more drama like the early.
Right.
I'm living. So let's begin. Rue comes in and announces the Maxi challenge is to be on the Graham Norton show, which is one of their main judges. Graham Norton is he has his own actual like late night show or daytime show where he interviews people. And
Yeah.
kind of what the girls are going to be doing today. They're doing like a mini Graham Norton show interview, and they're doing it in groups. The girls are
Mm.
chatting, and Kyron shares a very vulnerable story with Lavoie, and which kind of explains a little bit because Lavoie was asking Kyron where does
Why
she
she
get
was
her
so
confidence
confident.
from? Because Kyron, we've even said this before, Kyron, yeah, she gives off a lot of cockiness
Almost,
sometimes.
yeah, cocky.
Yeah. And so um Kyron tells the story about like how when she was like 13, she starts talking to this guy online. She's thinking the guy is 19, which is still too old for her
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
at the time. But then she like meets the guy and like falls in love with the guy instantly, and he like manipulates her through like a while. I don't know how long. I can't remember if she said that, but the guy was ended up being 23 to her 13.
Right.
So crazy difference. Anyway, long story short, it really made her insecure, and it took her a long time to find her confidence, and then finally she has. Um and it just was a very vulnerable moment for Kyron, and it made me look at her a little differently, and so I'm really liking that
Yeah.
aspect. um there's two groups. The first group is Kiki, Marmalade, Kyron, Lavoie, and Lil. And the second group is Chanel, Chera, Relisa, and Octavia. And so they're going to go into their different groups' interviews. I wanted to first talk about RuPaul coming out on the runway, and let's talk about her look. So if we go to uh,
Oh.
Drag Race UK's Instagram, and it is the second row, first picture. And RuPaul comes out in this, it's like a metallic
She's
bluish,
wearing blue again.
yeah. Um, and this blown out whitish blonde hair, metallic pieces on her eyes, blue eyeshadow. What do you think?
I love this look. I thought it was really pretty. It gives me water vibes. The only thing that really didn't sit with me was the hair. The hair looked a little messy, but I still thought that it went with the style, I guess to say.
Hmm.
All in all, I thought this was a good pussy. I didn't think it was a great pussy just because of the hair. I like you said, we always put RuPaul on this pedestal of what RuPaul brings, and RuPaul's hair always looks just coiffed and phenomenal, and this one just looks a little bit um over teased per se. But
Yeah.
all in all, I thought this was a good pussy.
I love the dress. I love the rouging. It's a little different, even though it's really simple. Um, I'm not a huge fan of this metallic fabric. She wore metallic
I
fabric
love
last
it
week
though.
with like as in the gold. I This specific type of fabric, it gets lines in it or
It
like
does.
smudges very easily, and that's why I don't like it. It's not that the look of it is fierce, but it just gets messed up really easily. I had a
Mhm.
dress that was made out of a gold version of this, and it's awful to try to keep.
Yeah.
But I love RuPaul's makeup. She don't do a lot of blue eyeshadow like this a lot. I've seen it a few times, and this mixed with that very, very nude lip and the white, 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 white,
I
white
love the color
hair,
blonde on her.
it's gorgeous. I agree with you that the hair, I think what you were trying to say, the hair looks dry. That's what
Yeah, that's what I mean.
the hair is pretty, but it looks dry. It's probably an older wig, and I do know this fact about RuPaul. She keeps her wigs and then has them restyled all the time.
Yeah.
So this is probably just one that she had restyled. She doesn't have her normal stylist with her that she had the past couple of years, who probably knows how to refinish hair and it look
Well, she could call me honey because I know how to refurbish a wig that's like 50 years old.
absolutely you do. And overall though, good pussy.
Good pussy.
Yep.
Next up, we have Michelle Visage, and she is wearing this. Is it feathers on her, or is it tulle?
I think it's ruffles, but it does look like feathers.
Yeah, it's giving feathers or ruffles, whatever, with this big. I think that to me, this is her signature big curly hair.
Yep.
And then some simple red pants to go with it. What do you think?
I like it. Is it something extravagant? No. But I like the pant that the pant goes longer than the shoe and it flares just slightly at the bottom. I like that it's very open here and she did not wear a necklace, which really opens her up here. Um, and Michelle is a very tiny woman, and this, if she wasn't standing next to RuPaul, would make her look tall.
Mm.
Um, I love the color on her. I love her hair. Um, this is pop star. If I have to choose between pop star or old lady, this is pop star.
Yeah, for me, this is almost like pop star going to do a media thing.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like she's getting ready to do some sort of interview.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I
Pop
love it.
star.
Pop star.
Honey,
Ooh,
you are not a pop star.
that that needed some
Auto
some
tune,
auto tune,
bitch.
bitch. Okay, so the first group goes out: Kiki, Marmalade, Kyron, Lavoie, Lil, and Graham is asking each of them separate questions, and they all try to tie in different stories to their questions. Some of them seemed a little bit more forced, some of them seemed more natural. I'll give my opinion of the group. I thought Lavoie dominated, and not
Period.
in a way of she didn't overpower everyone, as in taking over the conversation, but she seemed the most comfortable. She
Yeah.
seemed the most um natural with her story and also interjecting at the right times to help others with their stories as well, laughing with them, and it didn't seem overdone. Um,
She also did a good job with like talking and then looking around to make sure that the people were like okay with her talking almost. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and including them,
That's what
like
I
not,
mean. Like
yeah,
really feeding off people's energies. And I think that's
yeah,
a really important thing with a whole interview to make sure that you don't overpower people. You want to make sure everybody feels equal.
yeah. I agree with you. I think that she did phenomenal with that. And I think she's the best one out of both groups combined to
And
do.
what's crazy too is when I was watching her interview, I really could see her being on a late night TV show and being entertained.
Yeah, yeah. She has a lot of stories, and she's been in the business a long time, so she probably has a lot of stories. But she just seemed very natural.
Yeah.
Um, we had a couple of others, obviously. Marmalade did really good. Kyron, she did good. It wasn't anything crazy. And Lil did great. I thought Lil did great. Everybody looked really good.
I think this team was consistently good except for Kiki.
I agree. Kiki seemed forced. I did like what Kiki was wearing. I like
Really?
I did. I did like her outfit.
I think it was the wig.
That is the one thing that I did not like, is her wig was not cute. It wasn't styled. It looked messy.
It looked like a shake and go cheap fast wig.
Yeah, like she didn't style it or even brush it when she put it on. And then I didn't see earrings. And I'm like, girl, you need to she's notorious for not wearing jewelry.
Well, they were throwing jokes at her or like trying to get her to respond in ways. And I've been in this situation where I could almost feel what she was feeling and going through. When you're in a room full of people that you're not really comfortable with, some people don't really know how to let their inhibitions go and just be themselves. They're so worried about what everyone's thinking that they're missing the jokes,
Yeah.
missing the puns, they're missing the moments to really shine. And I think that's really what happened to her.
Yeah. But overall, like you said, the group as a whole did a really great job for the most part because three of those queens I thought were like fierce, fierce, fierce.
Yeah, for sure.
And all looked really good. The second group, we have Chanel, Chera, Relisa, Octavia. I thought Chanel did a pretty good job of not over talking, which was something I was worried about. And I know other contestants there were worried about it because they voiced that. But I thought she did a pretty good job. She was consistent. She looked cute, or she looked gorgeous. She didn't look cute. She looked gorgeous. Um, Chera, she was cute, I guess. I think it was the same problem we had with her her entrance look where, her thing is primary colors and her look was very that, her makeup was very that.
She's giving Rainbow Bright.
Yeah, and it was fine. It was fine. I thought she did okay in the challenge. It wasn't the worst, but it was okay.
Yeah, it was just good. You know what I mean? Not bad.
What'd you think of Relisa?
I thought she was probably one of the best for me.
Yeah.
She just seemed like a star while she was talking and really was herself. Um, I thought the worst one, to be honest, was Octavia.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down. Yeah. She just got away with her story. It just was long-winded. I thought she looked cute, but she was just really long-winded with her responses. And
Yeah.
when you're long-winded, this is not something you're used to. You get lost in the story.
Yep.
And if this is something you're not good at, public speaking, or you get nervous in this kind of situation, girl,
Keep it short and cute.
yeah, keep it short.
3 words. I am good.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it pushing, bitch. Keep it pushing. Um, who was your best performance overall?
Best performance. So I judge them based on their groups.
Okay.
The group two, the best for me was Relisa.
Hmm.
The worst was Octavia.
Hmm.
And then for the first group, group one, my top was Marmalade.
Really?
Marmalade, yeah. And then my bottom was Kiki.
Interesting. Okay, so just performance-wise, I didn't do it by group. I just did it overall. My best performance this week is Lavoie, just because I felt like she
Yeah,
commanded the stage and she also helped people out.
professional.
And then my worst overall, um, let's see, best overall, my worst
Kiki.
overall was Kiki. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, even more so than Octavia, it just wasn't good. Um, now, um, let's get into the runways.
Yeah. So this runway's theme is how's your headpiece? So this whole runway is going to be based off of headpieces. So when we're judging, we want to see headpieces.
Yeah,
Period.
absolutely. Yep.
So let's go to the runways. Is it on drag.looks?
Drag.looks, go check them out. They always allow us to use their screenshots that they grab from the show.
Okay. And okay. Let's start with Marmalade. People kept getting on to us and they were like, you keep saying marmalade. So I'm
Which you
trying to
can say, so in the States, you say marmalade or marmalade, depending on your dialect or whatever. But they did make a good point that she says marmalade, and that is her name. And so we should say it her way. So
Yep.
if I misspeak on someone's name, it's because I just haven't, there's so many girls. So
Yeah.
marmalade.
And take into consideration, we are doing multiple podcasts, so we are
For all
learning
of us.
all these names.
We are trying.
Okay, so with starting with Marmalade,
Uh-huh.
um, I liked this look. The only thing that I will say is she looked like a fucking antenna when she walked out.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was gonna start getting TV
I,
service,
yeah.
but I loved it. I thought it was a good pussy.
Yeah, this queen has yet to disappoint me with a runway, or has she?
She hasn't.
Yeah, she's had a fierce look. I think almost all the runways that have we've had so far, she's been my favorite so far.
Yeah.
This look is fierce. She's fully covered. It is a little different style for her. Normally we see a vintage inspiration. All of this is very futuristic drag queen to me. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I do
And
like
high
it.
horror drag.
Yeah, I do like it. The headpiece, like you said, is a little antenna-ish, but it's still cool. I really like it. I'm gonna give it a good pussy.
Period. Next up, we have Kyran Thrax, and she's in this nude bodysuit with faces embedded into the bodysuit, a headpiece skull cap type thing that has like ears and faces all over it. What do you think?
So, if I remember correctly, all of these faces are her. Like she
Yeah,
took molds of her face and then had this molded on. And I was looking up close at the details of this. This is some craftsmanship. She had to have had this made because that looks like like actual latex.
yeah,
And you basically, I think you have to glue, like use a special glue to latex.
yeah.
And it looks very cool. Would I wear this? No, but it is very conceptual. It's very weird. It makes you think. My only critique to this entire thing is I don't understand the green gashes on her face.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense with the rest because everything else is so monochromatic and artsy, and then she has like this mold to her face. It just doesn't, I don't understand it. But aside from the green, she looks beautiful. I liked how she did her makeup this week. She looks very pretty. I'm gonna say good pussy.
Hmm. For me, I just didn't really get it. Like, I would never wear this. I didn't get it. I also don't like how the faces are just kind of like in like one or two spots on her.
Hmm.
Um, I think that I want more from this. It
Okay.
just was a little simplistic, and also the green things were just random. I don't get it. So if the viewers know what this is, comment in the comments and educate us because right now I'm giving this a bad pussy.
Oh wow, you went that far.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I was
Damn.
like, this is weird.
I liked it because it was weird. I thought it also is kind of whimsical too because she has noses as nipples.
Did
I
she? Oh my God.
Yeah, her noses as nipples. I
See,
just
to
thought it
me,
was
this is just so random and weird. It's almost like so weird that it's out there. Like, I
I
don't
like it,
know.
but this is to me, this is Kyron. She does unusual conceptual looks. The
Hmm.
only thing that threw me off was the green gashes. Other than that, I liked it. So you gave it a bad pussy, I gave it a good pussy. Well, damn,
Yep.
damn. Moving on.
Next up, we have Charity, and she's in this bubblegum machine inspired gown. Clearly inspired, like straight up headpiece on the mark.
Yep.
And I thought this was a great pussy. Like following the brief of what they're asking, how is your headpiece? How is your head? Almost like her head is cracked because the front is cracked. You know what I mean? There's just so many things into this that really play into what they're asking for. It's a clean look. The fact that she had the bottom of the gown literally grazing the floor like that. That's really
Yep.
hard to do when you have that stiff material edging the not edging around the edge of the dress.
Trimming, trimming.
The balls are making me think of edging. But all in all, I thought this was a great pussy. It was really clean. I think this queen for like just in general is one of them queens like Nelania, where she's gonna fly under the radar. I might be wrong, but she seems like she's really clean with her runways for the most part. And she's pretty like consistent. She's not bad, she's not good in the challenges. I think she's gonna be a secret weapon.
Yeah, so as far as the look goes, I agree with you. I love this
You're
concept.
like, as far as the look.
Yeah, I love the concept. She was smart that she painted herself and did a look in the challenge that also went along with her
I didn't
runway.
even see that.
She didn't have to change her eye makeup. Um, I like that it's cracked, it's conceptual, it's comical, It fits well. Overall, it's a great. I also say great pussy. Um, One thing I really like about Charity is she doesn't take herself too seriously, but she
Right.
does take herself seriously, but like she knows how to have a good time. And me and her converse through Instant Messenger every once in a while. And she kikis about like when we read her, she kikis. I like that. When a
Yeah,
queen
I like when
doesn't
someone
take it too
laughs.
serious because we don't mean any of this seriously. It's not personal. It's just our opinions of
We're
their look.
judging your drag skin. We're not judging who you are as a person.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I think that she is being a very safe, underrated queen. I think after this season, she's going to transform
Me
uh
too.
into an even more powerful queen
Me
because
too.
um her drag is already good and it's just going to get even better. So, great pussy for this.
Next up, we have your favorites entertainer, Lil, and they are in this purple velvet gown with centipedes, which is ugh, I don't even like centipedes. They're so gross looking. With a it looks like a radiant sun inspired headpiece with a heart cut out on the face. What do you think?
She said that this was inspired by Schiaparelli, which I see with the gold accents and things. I think this looks expensive. If you look at the detail of the bodice part of the dress, it's like all corseted. It looks like it's boned. It's very well made, especially around the waistline, the way that it's cut. Um, Whoever made it did a good job. It's not just a regular old bodysuit. Um, I like the centipedes. I like the headpiece. I think it's creative. She said the front is like living and the back is like death. So girl,
Mm,
she is living until she's not. And
right.
I like it. I think she looks gorgeous. I love this color combo. So I'm gonna say good pussy.
I agree. Good pussy. There's nothing really I could clock about this. It's not amazing. Like I feel like there's a few things that I probably would have embellished differently, like maybe even making it look like the centipede was going up in the headpiece or something. But I feel like looking at it, there's just something missing that makes it great.
Yeah.
But all in all, I thought this was a good pussy.
Yep. Up next, we have Kiki, and she is giving us um, angel wings on her head and kind of like a ballerina inspired tutu dress. What do you think?
Um, I didn't like it.
Really?
There was just something about the dress that just didn't look like it fit her body right. Or maybe I don't know, maybe it's the cut of the boobs that's like throwing me off. Also, the headpiece looked like a little cheap. Like
Hmm.
the feathers could have been some sort of different feather, like maybe use real ostrich feathers
Okay.
or some sort of other feather, but the feathers, and then what is the little like black dots on the feather?
I think they're either sequins or rhinestones.
I don't like it. It looks like it's like they look like googly eyes. If you look at her headpiece,
Oh,
they look like googly eyes.
oh.
I don't like it. For me, this it's just a disconnect, girl. Like with her fashions, they're always hit or miss, and most of the time miss. I'm not a fan of the fashion. I think that, like you said, some of these queens, like when they get off the show, they're gonna watch themselves, they're gonna get paid, they're gonna get critiqued, and they're gonna grow. And I think that this person is gonna grow, but as far as this look, I'm not a fan.
Okay, so what do you give it?
I gave it a bad pussy.
Okay, so this I think is probably her best runway that we've seen. I
Mhm.
like the headpiece. I think it's weird. But the whole look looks like something I would see at a ballet. I just for some reason I'm getting ballet from this. Um, the only thing I don't like about the dress is the back of the dress at the very middle back bottom. The dress has like this piece of fabric that just hangs down and it's straight across and it looks like it doesn't go there.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, I like the dress. I like the headpiece. I think she looks beautiful. She has on earrings. Um,
I think it's just the cut because like if you look at how her shoulders look in the dress, and the way like her arms look really muscular. And
Yeah,
it's just
I still like it. I still like
yeah,
it. I'm gonna give it a good pussy. It's not a great pussy, but it's a good pussy to me,
yeah.
especially for her.
Mm. Next up, we have Octavia, and she's in this white dress with the letter A all over her. She's got a letter A headpiece. She's got a painted white face with it's all black and white.
Yep.
I'll give you my opinion. I thought this was such a cool look.
Mm.
Very creative, conceptual.
Yep.
This queen, like I told you, she can paint. I like her makeup. The I didn't when I looked at this makeup up close when she had to I don't even know if I can say this, but when she had to lip sync, I saw her face up close
Yeah.
and her makeup looked really cakey in this. I
Oh,
was very surprised, but all in all, I still am a fan of her makeup skills and how she looks. I love this look. I thought it was a good pussy. I wouldn't say great because judging by the brief of what the brief is, which is headpiece, how's your headpiece? The headpiece was a little like small.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But good pussy.
I loved this look. I think it's so creative. It's very Lee Bowery. It's very club kid.
Hmm.
It's very fashion. It gives me almost jester vibes, but dominatrix.
Love the shoulders too.
I'm not I'm not really a fan of her makeup, but I do like her makeup here. Um, I I would almost have given this a great pussy, because it's creative and it's cool and it's well made. But like you said, the headpiece is the brief and the headpiece is small. So I'm gonna just say good pussy.
Good.
Yep.
Next up, we have La Voix, and she's coming out in this big, is giving national showgirl,
No, it's
show
not.
showgirl headpiece.
No, it's not.
What are you talking about?
National Showgirl.
Well,
No.
they do the big back pieces,
Yes.
but I'm saying like when it comes to the headpiece, like this headpiece is the biggest headpiece that we've had all night on this.
Big don't mean good.
You don't like this?
I hate this.
I don't listen. It's not my style drag at all. I would
Hate
never
it.
wear this, but I
No.
still think it's cute.
It looks cheap. It looks like a piñata. It looks like it's made out of, you know how piñatas are made out of that paper? Uh,
Yes.
the paper scales. That's what this looks like. It looks like a centerpiece that you would have at a tiki party.
Yes, I don't really like the bottom of the dress with all the fringe. I
None
feel
of it.
like,
I don't like none of it.
well, you don't have to like it, but I'm giving my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, I don't like the fringe. I feel like the fringe is really what's throwing it off because I like the ruffles on the shoulders and stuff. She needs to pick one, either use fringe or use ruffles.
Yeah. Pick a
But
struggle because there's a lot of struggles here.
pick a struggle for a ruffle. But all in all, I gave this a good pussy. I wouldn't give it great pussy because again, there's something missing with this, but the brief,
I don't think
she had a
anything's
good
missing.
headpiece.
She put everything in the kitchen sink on this. Nothing is missing. That's the problem. Um, y'all already know my opinion because I just said it a million times. I'm gonna give some positive feedback. I like the earrings and I like her makeup here. I think she looks beautiful. I like the color tones with this. Um, but I just don't like the look. I just think it looks cheap.
Mm,
And it probably wasn't. It probably was very expensive, but it just looks cheap. Um, I'm gonna say bad pussy, and I'm sticking to it.
okay. Next, we have Chanel O'Connor, and she's in this black velvet. I think it's a crushed velvet, cocktail dress with some gold accents, red hair with this black headpiece. And I'll give you my opinion.
Yep.
I don't know if I like the black headpiece on top of the red hair. I think it would have been a lot cooler if the black was the same color as the hair, because it would have looked almost like Mugler's, like headpieces that they used to do back in the 90s.
Mm,
And to me, that was just epic. But I know why she did it. She did because she wanted the black to match the dress.
yeah.
So I'm not mad at it. The fit of this dress, the way it looks, is a little ill-fitted. Now, it might be just because of the fabric choice,
Mm,
but all in all, I do respect a bitch that sews their own stuff for a runway. So I gave this a good pussy. I didn't give it great because I feel like she could have elevated this in some ways, but not bad.
I think she looks absolutely stunning.
She does.
She looks so gorgeous and regal in this top portion of this picture where she's just mugging. Girl, Chanel is a beautiful queen. She paints so good. She paints like a bitch. And
She
I
does.
love a girl who paints like a bitch. And she is a bitch. So
Yeah.
it goes along with her. This hair is absolutely gorgeous. It's giving redheaded mommy dearest. I like the headpiece. I think it's weird and kooky. It looks like
I never said I didn't like it.
no, I know, but I'm just saying I do like it.
Yeah.
And I like the chains with the little fringe or whatever it is hanging off of it. I like the dress. The dress is a little simple, like it's a cocktail length dress.
Yeah.
I want more
I
from,
want elevation.
yeah, but overall, I love it. I think she looks great. I love the details. It's not overworked. Is there some fit issues? Yes. But overall, I think she looks good. It's almost a great pussy from me, but I'm gonna say good pussy.
Work. Next up, we have Release the Slaves, and she's in this like Phoenix inspired costume. What do you think?
Awful. This is absolutely horrible. This is awful. This is bad.
Bitch, I
This is
live.
terrible. This is like, girl, I've loved, I think all
Everything that
her
Releasa
runway.
has brought, but for some reason, or I
This,
know what the reason is, but you
girl,
tell
this
me.
is awful. This is a cheap, cheap, cheap swimsuit that I would never even wear for
A
a
show.
show. And she's got this awful um rooster feather headpiece. And this is the problem is the thing is this is not Release's style. This is the thing.
It's not.
That's the problem is because girls who try to do something that's not their style, this is what
It
happens.
shows through.
This is what she thinks a headpiece should be. Um a grand headpiece should be. And this is not it. This is not her
Nope.
style though. You know, I can't blame her. This is not her style. I just don't like it. I think it all looks cheap. It looks cheap.
Well, even like if you're going to wear this cut of a swimsuit, you need to wear some sort of corset.
corset, boobies, because it is very low
It's
cut.
very low cut. You have no breasticles or
Her
like even
tights are too dark
contouring.
for her.
Yep.
The wings. I
The
like
wings are so cool,
I
but the
like the wings
headpiece,
open, but when they're just laying there, they look dead because
they do.
they don't drag the ground. I need if you're gonna have a train like that, it needs to drag the ground. The
Yes, give us
headpiece,
drag.
all that just looks cheap. But one thing you can't say is that this bitch ain't pretty because this bitch is gorgeous. She's
She's fucking
absolutely
sickening.
stunning. And I'm just disappointed this week because I'm rooting for this queen and I just love her so much and I just don't like this at
Me
all.
too. I'm
This is
rooting
a,
for it too. You know me, I told you. I was like, I want her to win.
this is a
But
bad pussy.
this is a bad pussy.
Bad. Bad. At least I'll say this. At least with Lavoie's, everything has a reason and everything
Mm.
looks appropriate
Yeah,
styled
it's
wise.
polished.
Right.
It's just,
This looks hodgepodge thrown together. Even
yeah,
though it's the same colors, it still looks hodgepodge to me. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Um,
that's it. That's
that's
all
the
of them.
runway, sweetie. That's the runways. So let's go over. We already went over the performances. Who was your favorite runway of the night, and who was your least favorite runway of the night?
My favorite runway was probably Charity's,
Okay.
and my worst was Kiki's.
My favorite was Octavia. I just thought it
Mhm.
was creative. I love it. I would wear that. Without the A's, of course. And then my worst is unfortunately Relisa. I just don't like it. I just think it looks bad. It was between her and Lavoie, and I just feel like at least Lavoie's look intentional and hers just wasn't. I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
Who, before we go into the critiques and Untucked and all that, who is your favorite, not your favorite, who is your winner overall?
My winner overall, um, the top out of the whole like
Yeah.
episode,
Who do you think won the episode?
Lavoie,
Same. And who is your bottom two?
Kiki, and Octavia.
Same.
just because Octavia's headpiece just wasn't enough. As much as the look was cool, I'm judging based off of the headpiece, and it was so simple. And then also in her challenge, she was very long-winded. So I was like, sorry, girl, it's a cut. And then who else did I say? I'm sorry.
Kiki.
Kiki. Kiki was really awkward in the interview, and then her runway was just it just wasn't up to par, and she hasn't been up to par.
Yeah.
So it was her time.
I agree with you on both of their performances. I liked both of their runways. So to me, this came down to because to me, when I'm judging something, the performance is obviously outweighing the runway. The runway is almost if I need to break a tie.
Right.
Um, and to me, they both were the obvious weakest in the challenge. And although I liked their runways, neither one was like or Kiki's wasn't like my favorite. Octavia's was my favorite, but she just did really bad in the challenge.
Yeah.
Um, so in Untucked, Kiki
The
gets
queen sit on the couch.
yeah, the queen sitting on the couch. Kiki gets really emotional. Um, and it's it's kind of weird seeing Kiki like this because Kiki's so bubbly and friendly normally, and this you really get to see that she's really in her head and she's really feeling bad because like she hasn't delivered in a lot of the things in the competition, and
Mhm.
so it's getting to her.
Yeah, you can
Uh,
tell.
yeah, you could definitely tell. Um, one thing that will never get old is Chanel coming out of the blue to let somebody have it for pretty much no reason. Because earlier in the episode, Chera told Chanel that she was gonna basically over talk everyone, and Chera was clearly just joking, like
Did
clearly
she say that like right before they had walked out to do the interview?
something, but she was
I
just
thought
joking.
that's what she had did.
She was just totally joking, but Chanel took it so personal. She called her out. She was like, "You were, you got in my head," and then she like started to sob really quick, but then like no tears were coming out, and then she immediately come back out of it. I was like, "Girl, the
The
acting,
drama queen.
girl, Chanel is the drama of the season, and I'm living. I'm living.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm at first I was like, I don't know, but I'm living. She's such a drama queen. She's such a dramatic person.
She's
It's
definitely giving us what is lacking. If she
full
wasn't
on.
there, it would
But
be
when she
boring.
said this to Charity, I don't know if you saw it, but Kyron was drinking her drink, and then all of a sudden she just like paused
I
and
know I
gave a
saw
look,
that.
and like her lip kind of snarled. It was the funniest thing, the funniest look, the funniest look. Um, another funny thing about the runway and in Untucked, anytime Chera is talking in this headpiece, it's all echoey.
Is it? I didn't notice
Yeah.
that.
It's so echoey because she's in this dome, and so it sounds like she's like in a dome. It was
That's
really.
so funny.
So we find out that Lavoie is the actual winner, and we find out that the bottom two is actually Kiki and Octavia. We actually both of us got this right this week. And the lip sync song is Let's Dance. And what's your opinion?
I thought this was a good, solid lip sync. I
Girl,
really did.
fierce.
Like when she, first off, I love a bitch that comes prepared.
Yeah.
This bitch obviously knew that she was in the bottom. She was not in delusion. And she's like, I'm gonna put a costume underneath this. I'm gonna put, and just come prepared.
Yep.
And when she pulled out that mullet and then she had that like flannel, edgy cocktail, I don't even remember what the other person was wearing because I was so I guess indulged into like what they were doing. The
Yeah.
song was meant for Octavia. You could just tell
Oh,
by the way that they were performing.
oh. And it was flawless. She was giving everything the song, the energy of the song. Although Kiki was keeping up. She was
She
keeping up.
was, but there were certain flatline
But
parts.
but like you said, the style of the song, Octavia was just giving it. And but it was such an enjoyable lip sync. I usually get bored with lip syncs.
Yeah.
But this one was so exciting and different and it just was fun to watch. And I
To be
thought
honest, the look reminded me of something that you would wear.
Oh, I totally would have wore that.
Yeah.
But it was fierce. And I'm glad I got to see it. And we find out that Octavia stays, and rightfully so, because Kiki's been in the bottom a couple times,
It was
and
her time.
it just was her time. It was her time. But we like Kiki. I hope to see her in the future. But
So we can have a Kiki.
so we can have a Kiki. That's the end of the episode. I hope that you guys have enjoyed. Make sure that you go and follow Chantel at Chantel Sparkles on all of her social media. Go follow her wig page at Glitter Bomb Wigs and the website to get any ready-made wig. They also do really fierce custom shake and goes of all kinds of color, even with tinsel, at
Yes.
glitterbombwigs.com. And you can follow me on all my social media at Trinity the Tuck or on TikTok at Trinity the Talk. Thank you so much, and until next time.
Thank you.
Mwah.